Hello? Hello? Welcome to my life. Grace! Wow, I'm already seeing some great moms, so this will be fun. Hello, how are you? Good to see you too. Hi, Sisi Nene. Welcome. Let's just wait for a few more people to join. Then I'll tell you people the woto that I'm receiving. Then we'll see what you will advise me to do. Hello. I have friends though. People didn't let me do this live alone. No, I didn't cut my hair. This is my hair. Great to meet you. Yeah, I'm okay. Okay, we're 8. Let's wait for 10 people, then we'll start. My husband joined. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Raquel, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, as I mentioned, this is more of a parenting conversation, how to deal with the friends of your kids that you don't like. Desiree? Okay. So, let me just start with some background. I will share it on my wall later, just so that those who didn't join can offer some insight or something. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Just drop a comment so that I know you can hear me. Okay, great. That's awesome. So, as you know, I have 5 kids, 8-year-old twins and 4-year-old triplets. And with the girls, as they're growing, with your first children, every time you have 1-year-olds, is the first time you have 1-year-olds. When you have 2-year-olds, is the first time you have 2-year-olds. And you keep learning, right? So I'll give some background for myself. I was born and raised in Enugu. And till I was between 12 and 13, that was when my family moved to Bonny Island. So I was raised in Enugu. And in Enugu, everybody was Igbo. Like all my neighbors were Igbo like me. And all our parents were telling us the same thing. Not just that they were Igbo, they were almost all Catholics. So even if my mom didn't like a particular friend, you will still kind of hang with them because you would do like catechism, block rosary, lesson, fetch water. There are always ways. So that was where I grew up. The same instruction. Everybody goes home and eats in their house. So basically, people just knew where they needed to be at every point. And then my family moved to Bonny. It was a bit different because different people come from different places. The European families, you have to make an appointment to visit them. Some people you don't visit when their fathers are home and those kind of things. So we kind of adjusted. So I'm now in a situation, my daughters are starting to make friends, which is good. You know, living abroad, especially we're foreigners in a different place. So it's really difficult to make friends. And my daughters have made friends in school. And I really like their school friends. But their school friends live across town. So play dates and co don't really work out well. So my daughters have started to make friends in the compound that we live in. And I welcomed it. I was happy for them. I needed them to have friends. But what I'm experiencing now is very rude friends and very difficult behavior. And I'm just trying to get your opinion. Like, what you have. So I will explain what I'm dealing with. So when they made a few friends. One is from Comoros. One is from Palestine. I think one is Jordanian, but I think they're Canadian or something. So they would generally come to the house. One has an instruction not to enter other people's houses. So she'll stand at the door and then leave my door open. AC will be on, door will be open. My son will run out. I'll run and chase him. And so I'm like, no, either you come in or you stay out. And then some come in, they're not allowed to eat, so you can't offer them anything. So different things. And I've been managing this behavior. But there's one of them, she's very rude. She behaves like I'm air. Like she walks into my house, she just goes straight to my daughter. She does not greet me. Like, hello, hi, nothing. She does not acknowledge me. And then when I want, like she comes in dinner time, and I'm like, no, we have to eat dinner first. And she wants my daughter to follow her out. And I said, no, it's dinner time. She challenges me. The most challenging time was during Ramadan because she's Muslim. And my children were Christian and we're Dutch. So we have dinner at 5 o'clock. And I've tried to explain to this girl, right, that could you not come at 5 o'clock? Could you come before 5? Or you can join us for dinner, but she's not allowed to eat in our house. But she wants to come at dinner time, sit at my dinner table, and be talking to my children that are eating. You know, so I've, like, no. So sometimes I've walked her out a few times, like, please go home. My daughter will meet you. And then sometimes my daughter will now go to play with her. She won't come back. The day she came back 8:30 in the night, I grounded her for 2 weeks and I warned her. And then the girl came to challenge me. So my daughter now looks at me and tells me, that girl's mom is very chill, as in I should become chill. And I've refused to become chill. So that's part of it. But then one day I said to this girl that, do you not greet? Have you never been taught that when you come to someone's house, you say like, good evening, hello? She looked at me like she eyed me head to toe. My husband can explain this girl's aura. It's very intimidating. For an 8-year-old child, she's very intimidating. And then she looks at me and she tells me that there's a way we Muslims greet. So I said to her, you mean salam alaikum? Malaikum salam. She said, yes. I said, yes. When you see me, you can tell me salam alaikum. I'll tell you malaikum salam. And she just looked at me quite shocked, but still. And then I asked her, have you ever said good evening in your life? Have you ever said hello in your life? She told me, yeah. But till date, like I've seen her today. And my daughter likes this girl. In fact, she likes all of them. And, you know, I've weighed my options. You know, as parents, we tend to start with what we know. Like, what would my mom have done? What would my parents have done? Like, my mom might have had a few options, like, don't ring my doorbell again, don't come back here again, get lost or something. Or she would tell me that she does not want to see this person. But I'm trying to find the balance between the things that they will judge me for later. And, you know, not be too harsh, but also maintain a level of discipline. Does it make sense? Tell me, is this making sense? Because this, like, I've come to the point that I'm not sure. Like, I've spoken to a behavior therapist because I did a behavior course for managing difficult behaviors with my children a while ago, a 9-week course. And then he had advised me to find the girl's parents and communicate, and that maybe she will listen to them. So at this point, she doesn't have meal times in her house. Like, I think they just keep her food. Whenever she shows up, she eats. So she expects that she can come, take Zoe. And then whenever she is done with Zoe, Zoe will now come back and eat. And I don't accept that. dinner time in my house is 5 p.m. and she can play after 5, but I do not expect that. So I don't want Zoe out after 7. So either you play with her before 5 or between till 7. So what are my options besides banning this girl from my house completely? Because I have talked to the girl, I have talked to Zoe, and then there was also an incident where she had threatened my daughter because she came. I asked her to leave because we had to have dinner. And then when my daughter finally caught up with her, she told her, if you can't come when I want you, then you can't play with us. And she was quite upset. She told my husband, and I heard about it. So I had to find a roundabout way to discuss certain boundaries with your friends. And, this is just this is with one daughter. My other daughter is different. If they come into the house, these girls, she will play with them. But she's not interested in going to visit people. So she's always home. But this trying to keep my daughter out and challenge me with meal times, especially the Ramadan month was really rough. Every day she was like, why do you eat at 5? I have not eaten. So if anybody wants to, if you have something to say and you want to join, just let me know. If you want to say something, you can let me know. Sissy, you're saying I should speak with my daughter, but I have been speaking to my daughter. That's the problem. Add you, so I can add you. How do I? Please, it's my first time. How do you add someone on your? Okay, add. Have I added you? I think there's a way you can ask if you can join, right? Yeah, having a word with her mom. I've thought about it, but I also don't want the woman to feel like I'm judging her on her own parenting. Do you understand? Um, yeah, so I don't want the woman to feel like I'm judging her parenting. I've never met her. Her daughter has been, where are the people that are supposed to be here now?
Wait.
Okay, hello? Hello, Ma, you had something to say?
Yeah, Chef Rackman, good evening. How
Good
are you?
evening, my sister. Tell me, wait, let me,
Oh,
okay, I
so
can
you
only
just have
have
to
two
accept it.
people. So
Anybody
when
request?
you finish talking, I'll
Yeah,
add the others. So tell me.
yeah, exactly. So for me, I think sometimes you have to move as parents, we have to move out of our own space to become friends with the parents of our children's
And I
friends.
usually become friends with the parents of like Zoe's friends from school. I love them. We've gone for a few picnics, but this girl's behavior has been so off-putting that I haven't even really thought about how to approach the parents. You get what
The
I mean?
parents. You may approach the parent, and most likely they'll be experiencing one or two issues, same as you with the girl. So you know why I'm saying this? I have a 16 years old and a 14-year-old. So when their friends come into the house, I sense some negative energy that I'm not happy with or I'm not comfortable with. I try as much as possible to explain to my son why I don't think you have to be friends with this person. But if my son tells me that beyond what I am saying, there are some values he's getting from the child, like academically, because that's the only value I think you'll be having from a friend at this level. If it's not that it's a relationship where that friend is extremely good, better than you are, and then you're trying to meet up or you're seeing him as an encouragement,
Mm.
then you have to leave that friendship. Or if you are in the same level, like you're trying to become him, like your friend, then I will not get to meet your friend's mom
Okay.
When I
But
meet your
usually
friend's
when
mom,
you tell your child that you don't like the friendship,
he's
does
going
that
to, at some point, he's going to tell me that these things I'm noticing with the child, with his friend, he has sensed those things too. So I will not
okay.
ask him, are you comfortable with such friend in your space? So is at that point he's going to tell me that, not like I'm comfortable with his attitude though, but I think he has a go-getting spirit. Like whenever I'm with
Mm.
him, I'm charged to read and to become better than I am. So we will
Okay.
now have to now theater. Okay, this friendship with this guy, it gets to this. I'll give you a very short story. So my son just graduated, and on his graduation, the girl he proposed to for his prom, she cheated him for. Let me not even use cheating. Like she now chose somebody else before then. Guess what? I went for the graduation, met my son, and the energy between him and the girl is already they've gone south, right? But after graduation, this guy came home and his screensaver now is the same girl.
So
Can
okay.
you beat that? Exactly. So how do I deal with such? So I had to call him, sit him down, got the girl's number from her parents, then we now discussed. This is
You
16.
discussed with the girl
So
or with the parents of the
with the
girl?
girl's parents. No, I don't have.
Okay.
She's not my. The girl is not my friend. She's my son's friend. So I have to
Okay.
call the mom because I think this is our own parenting. Now this is what parenting is throwing to us as and this our age. So I needed to speak with the girl's mom, explain to her the situation between them, and the mom met the girl, spoke with the girl, and now we made them. They became friends. And
Okay.
now genuinely, the girl had learned her lesson. My son
Okay.
too is in love. So I think while we watch and see. Do you get?
Okay.
So sometimes
Okay.
you have funny story, right? Sometimes you have
Okay.
to
Thanks. Can
get
you?
the
Okay.
parents
Okay.
involved.
Thanks. So I've got what I got from you is to
Mm.
reach out to the parents.
Contact
Okay.
the
Can you? Please,
parents.
can you
Yeah.
also? So can you tell me what you wanted to? Sis.
Oh, hey, I
Yes.
didn't know you
It's
were
your
back to
turn.
me.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. Thank
Thank
you.
you. She really made a point. I believe in talking to the mom, but
Okay.
even before then, is Zoe's friend, right?
Yes. It's always friend.
Okay, so Zoe, you would have to, in parenting, my child is not that old, but I have nieces and I
Mm.
live in the US, so I came here when my niece was 3. She's 22 now, or 23. So we
Hmm.
went through all these phases. Oh, can I put
Mm.
makeup on? Can I put nail polish on? Mom, can I hang out with this person? Can I do Halloween? Auntie, can I do this? We went through. So what I think is beyond meeting the mom, which is going to be your next step, the very step that you would sit and do is talk to your daughter over and over again. This is our family tradition. It's called a tradition. You're in school, right? Can we look up the meaning of tradition? It means that's what we
You know,
do as a
like
family.
I have a sister. Look, we eat at 5. I do not want to see, since your friends, if they were eating, for example, I don't mind feeding all of them. I set plate, then I'll say I
Yeah,
have a few strays. But they have instruction from their home not to eat.
yeah.
But they will be at my house dinner time, crowd my dining table, and be raising gist. Just sometimes,
That's
first I
for
bounce
me.
them to the living room, and they'll be screaming from there. I'll now walk all of
No,
them
no,
like
no.
three blind
You,
mice out my door. And I'm like, can you guys not come to my house at 5 unless you want
okay.
to eat? Still,
You then you don't open the door. Do not open the
okay.
door.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
that's how I
But
say it's going to be that simple. Zoe, I have explained to you that this is a family tradition. Remember the research we did on traditions and what is called a family tradition. We cannot have them. Their own tradition allows them to visit, but ours doesn't. Their own tradition has her eat at different times. Ours,
You
we
know,
don't. So
another
she
friend
has
of
to respect.
mine has had an issue
Mhm.
with this girl. I don't know how I mentioned it. There's another lady that lives in my compound, and she has 2 children as well, and a boy and a girl. And then the girl that's doing this with Zoe now threatened the girl that she only wants to play with her, not her brother, or something like that. So it's like now that she has latched on to Zoe, she has stopped going to that house. So that woman is quite happy.
So my suggestion is just you have to put your foot down. Remember, you're Niger now. Put your foot down. I'm sorry, Zoe. It is what it is. It's our family tradition. She's dishonoring our family tradition. Make it like a project. What is a family church? Just make her get involved and see it's in their tradition. This is what they believe in. Remember how she felt about dinner time being
Yeah,
at 5?
because
It's
you
because
know
they
why?
don't eat till a certain
Do
time.
you know why I have been this patient for this long? And I think sometimes it's part of your own childhood. When we moved to Bonny, my mom didn't move with us. So all of a sudden, I had all this freedom. Nobody was checking my hours when I was in. So I was out a lot. And at some point, some parents would become uncomfortable with me because I was just that girl that had all this freedom and they didn't understand
Okay.
how it would impact their children. So, I've had mothers be very rude to me, like parents be rude to me, So I didn't want to be the parent that is just being, because it's
Exactly.
not for nothing if a child that is 8 years old is this aggressive. Like she can be, if you see her face, it's like thunder, and she's like, this is Ramadan. I've not eaten. Why does we need to eat at 5? And I'm looking at, I've tried, but, I've got to the point that even
You don't
kindness
owe the little girl an
and
explanation. That's what you need to
reflection,
know.
and I've been advised to talk to the
But I think
parents,
I
but
have a different point of view. So what if this girl needs help? What if
Yeah, but she
this girl
doesn't
is
owe
our
her
daughter?
yeah.
so
Hold on.
maybe,
What if this girl is our daughter? And
so
then
basically, I think,
let's flip it to the other way. So I
mm,
think there's no we need to, in this situation, reach out to the girl's mom. The girl's mom may be battling with the same issue
Okay.
as you are. And
What
then
if
it's
when
not
she
like you're
meets up
trying.
with the mom is the same way? What would you do?
yeah,
What if the mom is not,
I
what
need
if
the
the
No,
mom,
I'm
mom and
just
she
saying,
tells
what if
me, oh,
just
what if the mom
yeah,
is
what
not
would
this,
you do?
what if the mom is not the same way? What if the mom is trying to deal with this too? And what if this is just God's channel of us helping this girl to stop this bad
even this,
character? Because I
like,
think
then,
it's some bad
so I've
character that
tried,
is in
I've
there.
tried the whole show the girl a lot of I know, like the other day, my kids wanted ice cream, this magnums, this separate
Yeah.
magnums.
Hmm.
And normally she does not accept anything. She does not eat in this house. So and I can see that she's interested. So she's looking. And I'm like, would you like an ice cream? She said yes. And in the pack, there's some white ones, the white chocolate ones. The
Hmm.
kids like it. So two of my daughters had grabbed it and one son. So it was all gone. And she's holding the chocolate one. And she had that look like she preferred a white one. So I said, give it to me. And I can see she's shocked because she thinks I'll put it back in the freezer. But I opened the next box and bring a white one and give her. And she's so shocked, like her eyes are open. She's staring at me. But she still didn't say thank you. But
Hmm.
it was just that moment that she was so shocked that I'll be kind, because I'm sure she even knows she's rude to me. And at some point I thought, is it a race thing, right? But no, it's not a race thing, because she's also treats my husband like like if she rings the doorbell and I open the door, where's Zoe? If Zoe opens the door, then two of them will just march to her room. And even if she steps on my toe, she will not acknowledge me. I've never
Hmm.
seen anything like this.
I have a question. I'm gonna ask your friend this. So if you were the one at the door, what would you do?
Huh?
And it has happened
Eh,
several. It has happened several times. What will you do? I want to know what you would do
all
because
Like,
I
right.
know what I
So
would do.
she
okay,
just
so
Mhm.
asked
for
me for
me,
Zoe.
No, no,
okay,
it's
so you
not
want
you,
me
Ada.
to,
I'm asking her,
she
your
wants
friend.
Grace. So my name is
Mhm.
Grace, yeah. So you want Gracie
Okay.
to answer. So for me,
And it has
here's
happened
what I will,
several times.
several times, very good. So this is what I would do. I'm not the type that advocates for gentle parenting, no.
Mhm.
I'm not the type that advocates for gentle. That's so we should just get this clear first. And then thankfully I'm dealing with boys. But if it was a girl I had and then her friend is coming with this kind of attitude, the first thing I taught my boys is, as you walk down the street, greet anybody that you see that is older than you.
Because
Because my mommy taught us,
I've asked my daughter, please, are you greeting her parents?
her
Like
parents,
when you
very
go,
good. Because
because I'm like, this girl does
yeah,
not acknowledge, she treats me like So Zoe, please, are you greeting her parents? She said yes. I said, do you say good evening when you see her parents? She said yes. I said, have you talked? I think she does not even know how to tell this girl. Can you greet my mother at
Can
least?
you
Like,
greet my parents? So let
no,
me, I was going to, I was heading somewhere, right?
That's
So
the job for you to do.
I teach my boys to greet anybody that is on the way, that they are, if the person is older than them, they should greet. Because my
even
mommy taught us
I
something when we
take
were
the
growing up.
initiative to greet her. I
Hold
say
on, let me explain.
hello, and she still
Let me
ignores
explain.
me.
Exactly. Let me explain something. So I tell them to greet anybody because it's okay for you to greet people a billion times. You don't fall into trouble. It's one time you don't greet that you fall into trouble. So that's what my mommy taught us when we were growing. So we greet everybody that we see on our way up, on our way down, because they may be of help to us when maybe bad boys or anybody. So that's it. So if I notice my child's friend come to the house and doesn't greet me, the first thing I'll tell you to the door, can you greet? If you can't greet, I'm sorry, you have to go back home.
Exactly.
If you can't, I will first tell
That's
you
my
to, can
opinion.
you greet me? I've seen people on the way, I've seen children play on the way, and then maybe you hand something to them and they collect it and they don't say thank you. I'll tell you, say thank you. These five
Yeah.
magic words, you have to. So a child growing up back then, that were born in 1985 or 1982,
You weren't
83,
there.
we were taught that once you are not your mother's child alone, you are the child of the entire compound where you live. So every parent could treat your fuck up. Sorry for
I
using the
mean,
F word.
they would have
Every
pulled my
parent
ear from
could
that
pull
house
your
back to
ear,
my
they could
house
have
to say
given
I
you a
didn't do it.
silent conk on your head. But this generation, we don't do that. You don't beat anybody's child. You don't chastise anybody's child or children. You just let people to be. But as much as we can as parents, it could be our children that have this bad character or something. So if we sense it in other people's children, firstly, speak to the child. Secondly, when the child is not still paying attention, reach to the parent. And if the parent and the child have the same bad character, I think for the sanity of you and for the sanity of your daughter, because she may come and corrupt your own child with bad morals. And this is where boarding house has its own downside, because you as a parent, you have groomed your children to a level that you want your own family core value. This child gets to school and meets people from different background, and then they try to infiltrate them. So it is your duty. Parenting is not child's play. It's not moi moi. So it's your
No.
your responsibility to stand your ground. Tell the girl, hello, can you say hello to me? Can you greet me? Can you ask her if she can? If she cannot, jejely go to your house. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. And then if you feel that your daughter is so much in love with this girl, she loves the friendship so much, reach her. Thank you very much. Reach out to the girl's mother and tell her that, come. I noticed something in your daughter. I think we may be of help to this girl. I think if this girl continues with this attitude, I think you're not sure of what you're saying. You are thinking, no, mind you know what you're saying. But
Mm.
emotional intelligence, I think this girl, don't you think we should do, don't you think you do not have the original treatment for it, even though you have the original treatment? So everything you'll be dealing with our mom is, should
But
you, don't you
how will
think,
will I go and ring their doorbell as an, or maybe one day I'll go
and
to
introduce yourself?
go and
Yes,
bring
is that,
Zoe back and
yes.
introduce
I
myself.
think for me, for my children, I try as much as I can to be friends with their parents. And if I see that my children's friend parents don't have the same core value I'm instilling in my children, and that child poses a threat to my son, I would by all means, in all way,
You know,
end
you
that
know,
friendship.
before, like
Exactly,
when I
Annie.
became a parent, that was the first time that I was noticing that modern parents kind of select, like they
Friends for their
they check
children.
you out, right?
Yes, I do
Like
that a
if it's
lot.
a parent, is a parent that doesn't allow screen time, then they want friends with kids that don't have screen time so that
Mhm.
their kids don't come back and start asking for tablets, right? If they don't give
Yeah.
their children soda and juice and co, they want to make friends with parents, with moms who do the same, no sugar and those kind of things,
Yeah.
you know? And living in, like, if I was back in the Netherlands, then I would say I'm dealing with mainly Dutch people, but I live in Qatar and we're in this whole bubble. Everybody's an immigrant in this compound. Like you can see Syria, Jordan, Canada. It's it's a big mix. And
I think you need to tell her. I think you need to tell your children too that you see these children. It's okay for you to have people from different race and from different background in their space, because I think growing up it helped me a lot. I grew up in a compound where we had Christians, Muslim, Idoma, Igala, Igbos, and Hausa. Now at least I think I can speak a lot of, as in so many languages. That's the advantages of that. I think when it comes to Salah time, we get to enjoy those other aspects with the Muslims, right?
and that's
So
what
this
I
is
want
part
for
of the
them. Yeah.
exactly. So this is
But
a
not
good thing
at
for the
not
children. But
see.
when this bad, when there is a bad character, I think you need to stand your ground. You cannot, she cannot come and spoil, because with them, bad company corrupts good morals.
Yes.
With time, if you can't beat them, you join
I
them.
totally
With time,
agree.
begin to watch your daughter. She will start exhibiting some of the habits from that girl with the bad character. With time, so
Okay.
watch.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gracie. I think someone else wanted to
Yeah,
join.
how do I
So,
leave now? How do I leave this call? Maybe I
my
leave the
dear, this
life.
is my
Let
first
me
time.
leave the life and come and join.
Okay, okay, leave
Yeah,
so
it's
that
all right.
other people can
Other
join
can
the
join. Yeah.
conversation. So that,
Yeah,
yeah, so you
Chef,
can also
Chef,
leave.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
leave
gonna
and
leave,
come back
but
in.
yeah, I can leave, but I
So
wanted to
that
end with this.
some other people, because only two people can come on to share their
Yeah,
insights.
yeah.
Um,
So what she said a lot, and I believe in what she said. So just reach out to the mom, prayerfully do it before you reach out to them,
mhm.
and then explain to Zoe again and again. If you
Okay.
have to reinforce it every day, remember what we said. No one has to break our family tradition. It's unfortunate that your friend, maybe when you see her next time, tell her that we don't appreciate her coming in at that time. She can be your friend, but not at that time. You have to stand your ground. And just to tell her, I love you so much. You're my daughter. You may not understand this, but I'm protecting you. That's all. Yeah.
Thanks
All
so
right.
much.
Have fun. You're welcome.
Who else wanted to join? So leave the live so that I can add the other people who want to join. Um, so how does this work? If you want to, like, if you wanted to say something, could you send the request to, I don't know, so that I can add you? Yes, I'm trying to be persistent with that kindness towards this girl because I can see that she's really angry and I don't know what she's angry about. But yeah, so I guess I'll be meeting the mom soon to see. Because even this evening, as I was coming back from the nail salon, I left, I went to the nail salon at 4. So I made dinner. It was at home. I saw that she had eaten. So at 6 o'clock, when I was walking home, my Zoe was on her bicycle with the rude girl and the other girl. Three of them were riding away and they stopped. Zoe said hello to me, thanked me for dinner. The other girl said hello to me and told me she kicked something when they were leaving the house. Then the rude one did not say one word to me. Like I spoke, like we had like 5 minutes conversation and I walked home. She did not say a word to me. I have, if you want to say something, just let me know. So IJ, do you want to say something so I can invite you? So yeah, that's what I wanted to discuss basically today. And I thank everybody for joining. And it's not like I'm trying. Yeah, I see your message. It's not like I'm trying to tolerate rudeness from her. I'm just trying to understand the girl. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, no problem. So I think I'm going to cut it off now. So I want to thank everybody for joining. This has been very helpful and have a good evening. Thank you so much. Now, how do I get off the live? Okay, I have no idea how to get off.